What's up, guys? Welcome to the Nerd Talk podcast, Nerdy Talk for Nerdy Fans. I'm your host, Remington Kais, and we got two guests in the building. Rican, you can start. Introduce yourself.
Rican Ranger, the infamous, you already know, Lord Ninjetti. We here. What's good?
And I'm not familiar with your name, but introduce
Ien
yourself.
Conner. Ien Conner. I'm a philanthropist. I'm a writer, musician, a professional troll, as they say. And I appreciate you opening up the platform to me.
We're gonna get directly into the drama between Rican Ranger, me, and Henry Resilient, and kind of Ian Connor or
Ien Conner.
Ien Conner. So
Hmm.
we're gonna get kind of we all had a little bit of drama going on with Henry. But Rican, why don't you start us off? How did it start with between you 2?
The beginning of the drama, for me, I
Mm-hmm.
mean, obviously that's going to be relative to the people involved, but from my perspective, what really started to break up the family, so to speak, which is what I was referencing to as far as the canceling statement that has got everybody in an uproar. Um, that video, obviously, I did not know I was being recorded. Yeah, this mofo is sending pretty much spies, you know. This dude, before we get into how it started, like I just want to address where we're at with it and kind of go back. Um, from the latest situation is just another like this whole Rican saga is basically just to prove don't trust people on the internet, which is
Hmm.
why I refuse to shut up. I refuse to not let it go. And obviously, it's being stated that they're never going to stop clipping me, they're never going to stop talking about me, and this is going to keep going. So obviously, two can play that game. You know what I mean? So where it started to where it's at now, basically, I challenged the Discord because I told Henry to clean it up in the Discord after the Aaron situation. Once Aaron started getting dragged, April started getting dragged. Me and April had our issues, but we were genuine friends. In the beginning, it just the climate shifted. It just started to become an echo chamber. It was very cult like. You know, the cult thing was a joke in the beginning, but then it really started to kind of feel that way. The thinking, you know, the logic, just how people were moving, and it seemed like a lot of people were taking my my passion, my demeanor for my project as boasting, and I always felt like everyone in that chord toward as I started becoming successful with the marketing of it, coming up on stream, meeting some of the Rangers, going to cons, I could feel the level of like, well, we don't believe you anymore, Ricky, and nothing's happening, nothing's going on. So it's just like, the way they spin things, their narrative, and now it's to the point where they're just making stuff up. You know what I
And I'll,
mean?
I'll definitely agree with you on the cult like stuff because, like, it seems like everybody has a single like opinion, and the moment you try to stray away from that opinion,
Mhm.
they start coming after you. They start finding little things to start digging more and finding insecurities about you that they can go after and exploit to make more drama and issues that weren't there to begin with.
Right, right. Yeah, it seems like once you're targeted for having a different opinion, they're gonna test your resilience, so to speak. You know what I mean? Their form of it, whatever it is. So honestly, it would have never even went this far if I was just allowed to leave. I mean, they say, "Oh, we kicked you out. You're unworthy." Like I left. I left my account up. I didn't actually leave the disc. I just stopped engaging. I stopped engaging. I was just watching them troll me, watching them make memes, like, and then it was like, all right, I'm gonna make a hit piece. Like this thing with Dust basically stemmed from just like he's got this thing with me. He doesn't like how I talk. I'm not professional. And his whole argument is that, well, if I didn't make the hit piece, somebody would have made it. And it's like you don't know that, and that's not up to you. You know what I mean? Like at any point we could
And
have talked
anytime
about it.
Dust brings up that video, he tries to say, well, it was a joke or something. But if the joke isn't funny to the person you're making fun of, it stops being a joke. It becomes
Well, they
more of
always look for
harassment.
the escape hatch, nerd, right? They always look for the escape hatch with the accountability. Like the meme was a message, and the message was received. So the meme showed me where their thinking was at with me. It wasn't necessarily the meme itself. And I feel that way because it's like y'all argument is weak. So put Dust Face on the meme and re-release it. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Same meme. Put Dust stupid ass face on it and re-release it. You see what I'm saying? Because that's really how it's supposed to be. That's really what's happening. You know what I mean? But they had Aaron's face on it first, and then they put my face on it, and I'm like, all right, I see what's going on here. Then my picture with Amy, they photoshopped over the stuff with Johnny. I'm like, okay, so this place doesn't actually want to save Power Rangers,
Mm-hmm.
Right.
and I'm the delusional Rican Ranger, right? So it's like I always came in on the positive tip, like hate it or love it, with a blunt in my mouth, trying to save Power Rangers. You know what I mean? So now it's to the point where I'm getting painted as a drug addict, a bad father, all this other stuff. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just ridiculous. It's ridiculous. These idiots don't know the difference between a bowl and a crack pipe. Have you guys ever seen someone on actual crack? Like, if anyone you guys did they dig about everything? Go talk to my family. Go talk to everyone close to me. Y'all are so obsessed with me and so with my life and all this other stuff. Go talk. I've never done a hard drug in my life. I'll go take a drug test tomorrow live at the clinic and get it printed and show you. I don't care. Y'all can say whatever y'all want. Y'all just mad because the Ninjetti is rising and there's nothing you can do about it. And y'all did it to yourself by making me this infamous person when no one's name got mentioned in this so-called Rican's Reckoning that Drew likes to talk about with the six people that were in the show. I never said no one's name. Go back and watch the video. No one got doxxed. No one. I said no one's name. So it's like they mad when they want to be mad. And that
Right.
was my walkout. Like that meeting was not a Rican's intervention. That was I don't even know Spencer. I'm not interested in no copyright from you. I don't know you, dude. I don't like we were talking for weeks before that. I didn't like the dynamic it was creating with Drew. I don't like how they're hanging Laura for speaking her opinion about something and how she felt when you guys know how she is, you know what I mean? And it's like now she's guilty by association because she's just concerned with me and friends with me, like she didn't switch on me. Like Laura's never been a spy. Laura has always tried to stay out of the drama. You know what I mean? So to hear these nasty things coming out of people's mouth about someone that was never on that type of energy goes to show you how much in their mind they're willing to manufacture whatever they need to be true so they don't look stupid, evil, and wrong.
And
You
Mm-hmm.
I'll,
know what I
I'll say
mean?
this: you're not the first person, and you won't be the last that they've gone after in this community. I've been gone after because they started digging around about my case. Um, Brent, you know, Sky, Frank. There's a whole list of people that they've gone after and try to bully off the internet.
Yeah.
Unjustifiably as well.
Yeah.
Like
And
only
and
using conjuring and conjecture at the
mhm,
end of the day. Like they're conjuring up narratives and they're fabricating a lot of this stuff just to keep clicks and views going. And they're
mhm,
really demonizing people when these things can have real life ramifications.
Right.
Now, understand me, because what y'all said about the cult aspect of it, it's so powerful, right? It's such a big point to distill, especially when you're dealing with these groups that have this single-minded thinking, right? And then you have a person who's like, hey, I'm sitting back, but behind the scenes, you're key, yeah, keep on going. You feel me?
Hmm.
And it's like let's think about this, right? In the aspect of in a hypothetical where Rican is struggling with drugs. He's struggling with depression, right? And this type of cyber attacks and this cyber bullying, what do you think that actually does to a person psychologically? We're just in a hypothetical. We're not saying
Right.
that's actually the case. Because regardless of the fact, they don't know either way if that is the case or not. You
Right.
only have this man's word, and then
And
you
that
have
that was
your
my main
speculation.
point. That
You
was
feel
my
me?
main point. When
You
it
have
first went down and he jumped in and was like, "Oh, you're soft," and went on this whole rant and went in the Discord, a grown man, people whatever his was, he said I was white knighting suicide or whatever it is, or self-deletion. Um, and that wasn't what I was saying, because it's not that I couldn't handle what they were doing. I was trying to get that same point,
Mhm.
what you're saying, to them. Like, you never know who anyone is, so be careful when you do that. Not necessarily that they were wrong, even though I felt that they were, but it was like, hey, I don't agree with this, so I'm
Mhm.
out. The same way April was out for the Aaron situation, the same way Francis later dragged them for what they were doing to April. And then I went in there and said the same thing. But for some reason, like everything else, it's cool. What's cool for one person is not cool for another, which I want to commend, people who actually use their mind over there, like Brent, and was like, hey, like, you guys are removing context, pushing a narrative. This is social media. He didn't mean it like that. It's like he's the only one, which is why he's the superstar of the show, that has the logical thinking to not get caught up in all that, which is why he's clipped and used so much. You know what I'm saying? And they
But
tried to
you know
force
what? He
that
also
on me.
doesn't have a lot on social media to be looking up. They've tried
Right.
looking up his stuff and tried, seeing what he's got, but he doesn't have a lot on there. And even when they do find something, all they do is sit there and try to roast him for it. He
Yeah.
could be
So
he could be walking puppies, and they would find a reason to roast him.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not saying that Regan didn't make mistakes, Regan didn't handle things 100%, but there was no threats. Nobody threatened the child. I have the proof. I had the proof of
And that
this going down
and when
and
people make
people
those type of
messaging me
allegations, right?
exactly what I said, bro.
Yeah, when people make these types of allegations, right? Like it has to fit the definition of the allegation, right? You're saying someone threatened you when all he stated was, "Oh, I'm going to cancel your DNA." That's not a threat. That's like cancellations happen all over the internet all day every day. You're saying things like, "Oh, he said he was going to take a picture of my child coming out of ice cream shop with her, like, or take a picture of me and my child coming out of an ice cream shop." That's not a threat. You can take pictures of people in public places. That's not.
Mhm.
Now what you take from that. You can take whatever you want from that. That's subjective, but you can't throw around a true allegation because you need facts to stand behind that. You can't
Right.
just say, "Oh, this person stole from a store and they had credit in that store and they just picked up a candy bar and walked out." You stating that you're actually lying at that point.
Mhm.
You don't know what the fuck's going on.
And the
And
context, Ty, the context of the situation is like, I didn't know I was being recorded. I didn't know I was being recorded. I thought I was warning Renee of what these people, these crazy online people, who the Power Ranger fans are crazy. They'll ride for this. Like, and
Mhm,
there's a lot of people already disgruntled and mad at Henry. So I've essentially become the anti-Henry, the vaccine, like the enemy of my enemy is my friend. So naturally, which is why I feel like Nerd came to me, is like, all right, they see Enrique go through all this stuff. So everyone that's got an issue with that channel and the cult and the Kool-Aid and all the bull that they on, they automatically come to me. I don't have to recruit anyone.
mhm.
You should know that, Henry. Everybody dumps your stuff. You're a horrible investigator. You know what I'm saying? Like, obviously, like this trash that's been coming out, you've been turning on your own people. That's my thing. Like, I saw it in the Discord and I left. I'm like, they're not trying to save Power Rangers. They're just a bunch of piranhas, pool of piranhas tearing stuff down, not eating their own.
And
Yeah.
he's
Like, you
and
ain't gonna
he's
do
said
nothing with
multiple
me.
times that he's not the biggest Power Rangers fan. That he would rather cover YouTube stuff, but the Power Ranger stuff is what's getting the views at the moment. That's the click of
Right,
the flavor,
right. And once I made that distinction, I was out. So now everything that I say gets twisted. Everything gets, pushed in this narrative. And it's like, why can't you guys just shut the hell up and leave me alone? Well, you don't have to like me. You don't have to agree. Like, to be so petty about all this stuff. Okay, well, if you're gonna do it, I'm gonna do it. Because now I mean, I have nothing to lose. You're not gonna hurt me. If the Power Ranger actors see this and they don't want to work with me, it doesn't matter. It's bigger than all of this now. You are
Mhm.
cyberbullying people on the internet. And what do Power Rangers do to
100%.
bullies? What do Power Rangers do to bullies, my friend? That's the point of all this. So you could say I'm on drugs. You can say I abused my child. Prove it. Prove all of it. Where's my paperwork for this lawsuit? Is it
Come
coming?
on,
Because I haven't gotten anything yet.
because that's what I'm saying. It's not about what's right or wrong. It's about what you can prove at the end of the day. And y'all are stating things that are not facts. So basically, it is just speculative. And y'all are basically being y'all low key are harassing. They're doing the exact same things that they're accusing Rican of doing. Y'all basically saying he's harassing people, he's extorting people, but that's literally what y'all are doing. Hey, do this and this won't happen. Oh, I'll throw you a bone, but you got to do this. I'm going to commit crimes against you, but I'm going to scream out you're committing crimes.
Yeah.
And that's shit we're going to address in this with the Renee shit. You feel me? Like, this woman actually committed a fucking crime. And then she has admitted online to committing crimes every time she gets on a phone call with someone.
Yeah. And if
Like, it's
you notice, Ian, let me just say it's always the women. They always like, a woman's word, especially with litigation in the system. If you're a man, you know how that can get. It's their word versus yours, which, nerd, your situation, you see what I'm
Right.
saying? That could
Yeah.
be, that's a power women have that they either use for good, use for their gain. So there would be nothing on Rican if Dust never made a video insinuating that I was being weird with girls or
Right.
whatever
And
it
I think
was. He
that
had
video
nothing.
really hurt you because there was a lot of representation about you. You
And
know,
misinformation, yeah.
right?
and
Hmm.
things taken out of
Misinformation.
context, things
Yes,
being
out of
fabricated.
context.
Yeah, things being fabricated, things because it's like once they all saw what it was and we're going to turn on him, now everybody's going to come with any interaction and like try to act like they're going over it with a fine-tooth comb, but they're not actually doing that. They're like, look at this. Like, ma'am, I'm from the real world. Any woman who does not want to talk to me, they leave me unread.
Hmm.
If you don't want to interact with me, don't interact with me. But the fact that you are showing me dialogue of you interacting with me, and you never showed an explicit photo to any of them in their inboxes. You
Yeah.
never said, hey, show me the goods. You
I
never
was
once
friends
said
with
this.
all these girls, man. That's what the thing was. And
So
if I
once
was
somebody
guilty,
jumps out the
Connor,
window, once
if
once
I
someone
was
jumps
guilty,
out the
why
window,
check this out real quick. Why would I give Renee my whole Discord?
mm,
If I felt I really incriminated myself at any point and was being a creep, why would I take my whole Discord and go to a woman? When you
hmm,
know it's girl power, they're gonna choose each other. That's how confident I was that your boy didn't do nothing. And that I know these girls, I talked to them long enough and they kept coming back and talking to me. And none of it was really on no sexual shit with any of them. Other than Ray. And with Ray, it was playful because she's rough around the edges like me, like I said. So for her to drag me anyway, knowing it really wasn't what it was like whatever. Now I'm at the point like y'all could say whatever y'all want. Y'all could do whatever y'all not stopping this. That's why y'all mad. None of the Power Rangers, none of the people who are actually established are gonna go against y'all, are gonna face y'all, or deal with your nonsense and risk their careers to take out a bunch of trash YouTubers.
and that's my thing. You want to go to a Power Ranger at a con, right? Whoever said it, I don't care who said it, right? But you want to go to and show them clips and conversate of you being heated and passionate about, hey, I'm being targeted right now, and I'm going to defend myself. You cannot get mad at a person of how they defend themselves, right? If you punch me and I kick you in the private area, you cannot get mad at me for how I reacted to your abuse.
No,
You
there's no
just can't.
consequences at that channel. They don't take accountability. It's selective accountability. Like Brent said it best. Brent is cooking y'all. Brent is cooking y'all. Go watch the last couple streams. He comes on and he that's it. You know, and they still make fun of him. They still I understand him now. I understand what they were trying to do to me. I understand what it was. And I
Mhm.
understand where I went wrong too and my mistakes. But at the same time, there's a lot of hypocritical stuff going on right now. And it did
Right,
not have to go this far. It only did because your boy wanted content. And
right.
and Dust is just he hates my guts. He loves me and hates me at the same time. He won't let it go. They talk about me not letting it go. Y'all first.
Yeah,
Hmm.
your boy
Y'all let
Elgar crazy. Like Elgar legit crazy. Like
mm-hmm.
you're oh, if I didn't do this, somebody else would. What, bro? That's subjective. That's like speculative. You don't know what other people have going on in their mind. You wanted to do this, just you feel me, like stand on business at the end of the day. Isn't that a term they like to use over there? Stand on business. You wanted
Yeah.
to do this, you did it. You're basically creating things and insinuating crimes occurring.
Creating drama where there didn't need to be
There just
drama.
there isn't.
Right, right. Thank you, Rem. Exactly. That's my thing. Rican walked away. I left your stupid house, Henry. I left. And all the swag and vibes and energy that Rican was left. So you turned it into this. So you could have it anyway. That's all. He just wants my
Oh,
energy without dealing with the
gosh,
accountability
Jimmy.
that I'm on your neck now. I was on your neck when it started. I wasn't on your neck the first night you won't drop the
Oh,
link. And you let everyone else defend themselves and come up and do all this stuff. But the first night, before it even went anywhere, I said, let's
hold on.
drop the link. You see what I'm saying? So it's biased. It's biased, hypocritical, out of context, pushing narratives, and it is not a community. The only thing we are guilty of, Rem, is thinking that these people gave a damn about us.
Right,
It's
right.
not a
And this is what I was
community.
trying to tell Drew that the my biggest problem with him was that you acted like you were my friend and then turned on me the moment all these other people turned on me when it wasn't popular to be my friend. You know,
Yep.
that the whole dust thing, he when me and him got have started the beef. This is how the whole thing with me and Henry and all that started. I had already been saying for weeks that I did not trust his channel because of what he was doing to Brent and what he was
Hmm.
doing to you. And I had interviewed Brent on my channel because I wanted to hear his side, hear his thing. And I got a whole different perspective after talking to him one on one without all the people jumping in and giving their opinions and stuff. And so Dust had gone on Renee's channel, and I left a comment like he doesn't add anything to the conversation, which he didn't. He just sat there and said the same points that everybody else was saying. He did not
Yeah.
add anything to the conversation. Like us having a conversation here, everyone brings their own points. Everyone brings their own perspective, and and you're gonna get something different from everybody here. That conversation, Dust didn't add anything.
Mm.
And so he screenshotted my comment and threw it in the Discord. And it was almost like throwing a steak in the lion's den with a bunch of hungry lions. They,
Mhm.
Right.
they, they all started coming after me. Francis started coming after me. And when they saw me arguing back and forth with Francis, that's when Cheyenne decided to go release this information about me, about my case. And I was never even convicted of what I was being accused of, but everyone's still acting like I'm guilty of this crime. And
Mhm.
Well,
and,
you put the
and
target on your back the moment you said anything about dust. That's the problem.
right,
Which is
right,
why I'm having issues because I had a problem all the time with dust. And it was never really truly a problem with me. We would argue, be cool, argue, be cool. Me, him, and April used to be in the voice chat, laughing, fighting. You know what I mean? Arguing, then be cool. He'd fight with April. I'd fight with it. It was a family dynamic, which is why I said that DNA comment. I was in the Family Matters movie. It's called Familiar Family Matters. Like they that your family at YouTube, your presence on social media. Brent nailed it on the head. That's Brent's channel because Brent's the only competent person over there. You see what I'm saying? Now it's like oh, we're just gonna act ghetto and act like Rican and curse like at everybody and do all this. So it's okay for y'all to do that, but then everything out my mouth is a crash out. Even when I'm calm, letting everybody yell at me on Renee's and just trying to get my points across. Everybody can flip out. Everyone else can crash out, but every word out of my mouth
Because
is
that's the thing
is
about a
is
cult, you
is a
feel me?
problem.
Like once you deviate from the cult like mentality, and once you start presenting your own perspective, right? It starts to, you get demonized. You become the demon. You become the fictitious, the fictional Satan in their holy dogma. So
Hmm.
once you take on
Right.
that role, you feel me? It's open season for you, which is weird when you have these type of people, especially. And I would say that is the only thing that you two are guilty of: trusting the wrong people,
Right.
being on the internet and think. And when Henry is clearly stating, like, I'm not you guys' friend. I don't even like what you guys like. I'm not even into it. I'm misusing, because okay, they brought up that point of, oh, Rican is just using nerd talk. Bro, I'm a father of three, you feel me? My family uses me every day. It's the thing where we don't want to be misused or mistreated,
Right.
right?
Hmm.
No one is like, we can accuse, because that's a hypocritical statement, especially coming from Henry's universe and his channel. Like,
Hmm.
you are using literally everybody on here for clicks and views. You're
Right.
using this entire Rican situation. You use Rem's situation for clicks and views. You're misusing everybody because you're blatantly telling them to their face, I don't care anything about you. I don't care anything about, oh, yeah, just get off social media. If you feel like deleting yourself, if you feel any depression, any mental illness, you're just soft. Like, who says shit like that? You feel me?
Well,
Right.
But
that
then
was the straw that broke the back for me,
yeah, but
Connor.
come across like you're trying to come across as, oh, we speak facts over here. Oh, I give a fuck about people over here. Well, anyway, even if you said I never said that, that's cool. You can say that, you feel me? But once you build a community and you say, oh, this is a community and we're communing, it's implied. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
Hmm.
When
Right.
you start to turn the fire on your own community, that's where you need to come in. Like, you should start being questioned. You feel me? Like, oh no,
Hmm.
now you're using us. You're misusing us
Yeah.
for
And if you guys,
whatever your
if
goals
you
are.
if you guys think that if JDF was alive, he would sit and watch this channel do what it's doing now to his kids, his people, regardless of what they are. No father is gonna sit there and watch that. So the Sky thing, I always came in positive with her. I gave her chances. They enlightened me with a lot of stuff with her. I went back and forth for a while, but now it's getting to the point that it's ramping up again, and it's like, yo, you did all this already.
Mm-hmm.
Letting the fan
Hmm.
base know how she is one thing, but abusing her,
Yeah.
bullying her, knowing that so many people have self-deleted in her family, including her father,
Mm.
it's like, bro, that
And her
she's like a
uncle and her a
that's what
bunch
I'm
of people.
saying. That's what I'm saying. There's multiple. Do your history. It's almost like principle at that point, and it's like, when does your conscience kick in? Like, when does right and wrong kick in? Like, so you're allowed to be a petty bitch and this type of person, but when we do it to you in your channel, we're on demon time. We're wrong. We're this. We're that. But you get to uproot all this trauma from people's past lives, Power Ranger actors or not, whoever it is, but for the sake of the drama channel or the internet or whatever your excuse may be, like, there's still consequences for your actions. Whether you're on the internet, whether you're in real life, like, there's people out there that will make consequences for what you say. It's not, you guys are not gatekeepers for the internet. You don't dictate how people react, like Connor said, and the consequences from it. So
And at the
stand
end of
on it
the
now.
day,
Y'all wanted war. Here we are. And
that's
it's
one thing.
not physical. There's no threats. This is a battle of intellect and who's really Power Ranger fans, who's really out here doing things, who's really losers, and who's really not. That's what
And
we're talking about.
that's the biggest point to distill at this point, right? Because it's like you guys will make these things up and fabricate a bunch of shit and get a text message from someone. I mean, that's the whole reason why, like, I didn't last 2 days within their Discord
Mm-hmm.
because I'm not into group think. I'm not into let's shake somebody down and let's tear someone down just for the sake of doing it. Especially if I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying that, oh, her father's my, like, you're sitting here like acting like you're defending her father, you're defending his legacy and all this, like, trash, but like calling her whores, doing this, like saying she's this, oh, she's homeless, let's put a spotlight, oh, she's suicidal, let's shine a spotlight on this, doing all these things. Then you have someone in the court who's like, well, I was actually his friend and she did this. Well, that's between her and her father.
Mm-hmm.
Then
That's what
when
I
you
mean.
guys make up things like, i'm a big I'm big on self accountability, and I'm big on, you're not going to label somebody they're not.
Mm-hmm.
Once people start doing these things, I have to say it's no objectivity. Like, they feel like I have to, like, at the end of the day, I was called out in the Discord for saying, oh, you need to feel some type of way, she's a scammer. Bro, I don't look at the scammer as the wrong person. I look at, no, you just got scammed. If my grandmother gets scammed by a Nigerian prince and she thinks that's his husband and she gives him 200 grand, you feel me? Like, grandma, what the fuck are you doing? It's
Right.
not fuck that Nigerian prince. Well, it is fuck him, but that's a separate situation. It's, grandma, what are you doing?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Why are you giving this to this person? I'm not looking at the scammer. That's neither here nor there. Yes, they can be shitty. They can be. Let's talk about the person who got scammed. Where's their accountability in the situation? It
Right.
always takes two to tango.
Right.
Absolutely.
Well, I just want to add to that, see, because the only reason why she's constantly dragged, which is why now I'm being constantly dragged too, but she is because it's her blood. She's celebrity. She's got JDF's blood. And
Mm-hmm.
that man has a banner of JDF on that show since the man self-deleted. You've been using the Green Ranger energy and all this Power Ranger stuff to build yourself up, right? And we know what Power Ranger stands for. We know what it represents. We know the trauma bond it has with people. So it's like she's gonna be eternal, bro. Whether she's good, bad, whatever, that's JDF's daughter. I'm not even gonna sit here and address what she is, what she's doing, what she's done to people, because we know. If you're a Power Ranger fan, we know. Everyone knows. It's just we're waiting for her redemption because we love JDF so much. They keep giving her chance after chance, and that's okay because that's all we got is his two daughters to hold the legacy. We won't even talk about the rest of the kids. One of the boys got none, want nothing to do with it, and then the other one is go do your research. You see what I'm
Right.
saying? So why tear the only things we have left of him? Good, bad, whatever. It should be like, when do we choose the other way? Because this way can push her to self-deletion, can push her to, she's already down bad. She's already, why? And then claim, oh, we love JDF. But we sit there and we watch his bloodline getting trashed, whether it's warranted or not. You know what I'm saying? At what point is pushing for positivity and redemption, which everyone's worthy of, at what point do we shift to that? You know what I mean? Now it's just getting redundant with me, with Sky. Y'all just spinning the carousel. See what I'm saying? The circus full of clowns. Y'all can't do nothing with me.
It's
Y'all,
whoever. It's who's the flavor of the week that's gonna get harassed this
mm,
month in the Discord. You
mm,
know, it's been Sky, it's been you, it's been me. Who's
yeah.
next? The teddy bear guy they were claiming to go after. You
Boom,
know,
that's
I
me.
mean,
That's me. I'm the teddy bear bandit. You feel me? Sleep next to him every night. That's my little boo. Like, you feel me? Like, come
Captain
on,
Build a
man. That's so
Bear.
low hanging fruit. You feel me? That
mhm,
shows like a bunch of adults being childish, right?
right.
like you want to condemn somebody for whatever they're like. I go to therapy, right? My therapist always told me you cannot ever, ever like what a person does in the bedroom or their quirks or their like idiosyncrasies, like that's not a reflection of their actual character, or it's not a reflection of their personality. Because I've said things to my therapist that I do with my lady, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she was like, "Oh, that has nothing to do with," and I'm saying it as a concern, like, "Oh, if I like this, what does that say about me?" She's
Right.
like, "That says nothing about you. Like what you do in the bedroom is personal. It's your own personal thing. It doesn't reflect who you are."
Mhm.
You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
And this is an actual a clinical psychologist who does my
Well,
therapy for me.
let me hit my Zeo crystal crack box while you go in. Go ahead. Since you're speaking of childish, you know what I mean? Because you
Because
know,
it's so childish, you feel me? Especially when we create these narratives, especially when they're creating these narratives from people who were claiming to be your friend. People who are claiming to be like, I cared about him so much. Like, I shouldn't know that Drew like purchased clothes for you if he's actually a fucking friend, even after the fact. But they're like, this man is such a commendable guy.
well, let me address that
Well, hold
situation,
on.
Drew.
Let's get into Drew. I want to say something about Drew before you
y-
address it.
Yeah.
Um, Drew claims to to have been my friend and stuff, but somebody who's a friend does not drag you down into this kind of drama. They see you're in this drama and they go, okay, even our differences. I was friends with this guy at one person. Let me reach out to him personally instead of publicly dragging his name out. You
Mhm.
know, he went over and tried to say, well, I tried to help you by bringing Judge Joe Brown on. You shouldn't have been talking about my case in the first place. It
Come
shouldn't have
on.
been talked about.
That
It
and
shouldn't
I
have.
Judge Brown isn't even a real fucking judge.
I never turned on Drew. Period. Never turned on you. I still have yet to badmouth you. Everything that they say I said about you is fabricated. And you didn't send me close because I didn't have nothing. My storage was in Pennsylvania and I was in New Hampshire at the time, staying with
Mm,
family on the comic book tour. That's where I saw Johnny and Amy. I was
mm,
doing my rounds in New England, so I didn't have anything on me. And
mm.
Drew, you see his outfits when he come on. He's one of the flyest dudes out here. I'm not gonna take nothing away from Drew. You
I
see how
mean,
he used to dress. You see how he dresses now. You see what
mm,
I'm saying? And I never was gonna put none of that out. That all came out in the phone call because Renee did all that.
mm.
You know what I'm saying? So honestly, going to Renee with all of this made it worse. My plan was to bring everybody over to Renee's to have a unbiased conversation with all my proof,
But a
everything.
lot of this shouldn't have been done publicly. It should have been private. You know,
Right.
him
Agree.
reaching out to me should have been private. When he initially found out about them talking about my case, we Sean had brought me into a private call, and Drew said no, go into the public voice chat. Even
Mm.
tonight, he's sitting there messaging me, sending me invites to the voice chat in Henry's Discord. Like, dude,
That's what I'm
that
saying. So they can record
in the
you. So they can record you in voice chat like they did me with the unworthy situation and add to their narratives because I trusted them. The only thing Rican is guilty of is trusting you dirty, dusty, stupid mofos
And let's
who
see if they
claim
go
to
to.
be good people, but you this is what you really do to people for clicks and views. Show me where Rican ever did any of this. Now the person I was on KOD for how many episodes and how long I was over there, everybody was Team Rican, fan favorite in the beginning. Now all of a sudden I'm enemy of the state. I'm the biggest demon out here. Or why? Because y'all say so? Because I didn't agree. I didn't like the Kool-Aid.
And
You know
bro,
what I
let me
mean?
plant my statement about Judge Jordan. Maybe he is what you call it. Maybe he got some sort of certification that he is a judge, right? That's neither
Right.
here nor there, right? What we're talking about is this cult behavior, these people that that claim to be friends are really wolves in sheep's clothing.
right,
And
absolutely.
then they're coming demonizing people that they're claiming to be their friends and then putting labels on them of crimes, of insinuating heinous behavior, fucking with people's livelihoods, fucking with your children, fucking with real world aspects of life. And this is just internet shit, where it's like
Yeah.
my interactions with internet people aren't my day-to-day thing. Like,
Mhm.
you guys are and I wonder, like, yeah, Henry, I wonder if you're gonna clip this up. I wonder if you're gonna react to this. Because it's a reason why y'all didn't put out the conversation that was had in y'all's chat on Discord with me. And then like claim that I'm some sort of troll or something just because I have a difference of opinion. And
Well,
like,
check this out. See, he claims I'm jealous of him and all this other stuff. And meanwhile, if you would have just left Rican alone, I wouldn't even be talking about you
yep.
or none of your trash channel because I left.
And that's why I
Like,
disagree with Britt's take a little bit with that aspect of it. With him saying, "Oh, well, Rican's obsession with you is heinous." Hey, bro, if you say that, that's fair.
who's
You
obsessed
have
with
to say
who?
the same thing about Henry, though.
He won't
Henry's
stop.
obsession with Rican is egregious at this point.
Yeah. At
It's
this point,
egregious.
like, just ask me to be in the movie. You know what I'm saying? Dust, like, I'll put you in the movie at this point. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like,
And
just
the thing,
say what the
if he
hell your
truly,
problem is. Stop making up lies. Stop making up bull crap about all this nonsense
mhm.
because you guys is just haters.
And that's my
You're just
thing. Yeah,
haters.
and let's get to that point of, if he truly felt threatened in any way, if he truly felt threatened for his child, why is he taking the conversation and reacting to it? If he
Because he
truly
knows
feels
that's
threatened,
what he knows that's not what it is. And I
he's
have the
spinning the
screenshots
narrative.
to prove it, so it don't matter. And there ain't no lawsuit because you broke the law, recording a phone call in a two-party state that I didn't consent to.
Hmm.
And I told you that. Okay? And there was an offer on the table for 200K. So sorry, you can be mad at Rican all you want because I know how to deal with people on the internet by keeping everyone's receipts. And Rican never bit nobody that didn't bite first. Show me where.
And I want to say this for everybody listening. I've talked to Rican behind the scenes plenty of times. I've not seen him once been a bad father. Every time I've seen him interact with his child, it's always been positive. I've seen him cook for his kid. I've seen him take care of his kid. Like anytime I ever call him, he's being a good father. You
Have you
know,
ever seen me smoke around my child? Anything?
never,
Thank
not
you.
once.
And they're mixing the phone call with Renee that morning when my son was there with me with that video that got dropped that I didn't know was being recorded, that Henry sent a whole spy into my camp in a script meeting.
Hmm.
Where's the script? Where's the script? Go ask your little snitch about the script. Go ask him all the 25 AIs I sent and he sent back, Mr. Juice Bar. We're gonna figure you out too. We're gonna
It's
we're
it's
gonna get to you
all
too.
to spin a narrative that you're some crackhead.
Yeah, that wants to hurt kids and is a weirdo with women, all this other
which
nonsense.
is
Where?
it's salacious. You feel me?
Where?
Like, it has no real grit to it. It has no bones to it. That's why they keep on saying, "Oh, the lawsuit is coming." All the people that have this lawsuit, where's the lawsuit? It doesn't take that long. And let me be clear: it doesn't take that long to file a lawsuit. It
Mm-hmm.
doesn't to give a statement, to file an affidavit with the courts. It doesn't take that long, especially if you have a lawyer. It's
Playing
going to take
games.
max a
She's
day
been
or
playing
two.
games. She's got plenty of content out of me for free. She was paying me peanuts at one point. They were helping me out, yes. But it's because what's going on with me and my family is deep rooted and it's religious based. My family is super religious. So the differences with my family is not what I'm doing. It's do as I say, not as I do a lot of the times.
Mm.
And anyone who comes from a religious background, and my father's a preacher. You know what I mean? So don't tell me I can't talk spiritual. Don't tell me I can't talk intellect. Go speak to my father. Y'all already watching his podcast, trolling my family, putting my mother's government in the chat. Like, at what point is it open season on y'all? You see what I'm saying? A bunch of people that'll never leave from behind them keyboards. I'm really gonna be at cons. I'm really gonna have my own con. I have my own venue already. I have my own comic book shop already. I have my own book already. Y'all not stopping. That's why y'all trying so hard. I don't care if I don't get one Power Ranger actor. This is not Power Rangers. It's Power Rangers inspired. But y'all not gonna stop nothing. Period. Keep trying. You're only making me bigger. Go look in your comments. Your own fans, Henry, are telling you to shut up.
Mm-hmm.
Leave Ricans lose their ass alone. Yeah, leave me alone. You're obsessed with me. You're jealous of me because I basically came in your channel and was cooler than you and was building something up and trying to save the brand. And dude, delusional or not, you have to be a little bit delusional to try to accomplish what I'm accomplishing. I said that already.
100%.
Hey, I'm sure people would say Walt Disney was delusional when he first started making
Yeah.
animation out of his garage.
I'd rather live with a dream than be in your nightmare, Henry. Which is why what are you going through in court, nerd? Ain't he going through something?
No,
Yeah.
You know
Tommy,
what I'm
let me
saying?
speak on it. You feel me? Just so nerd don't have to. You feel me? Like, you are allegedly accused of molestation. Essay. So we
Yeah,
can,
let's
what you
play
call
Who's
it?
the Diddler? Who's the
Yeah, the
Diddler now?
essay of your child on top of that. Until you Clinton, you can't breeze over that, bro. You can't in your court. That's the reason why that was the camel that was the straw that broke the camel's back for me, right?
Allegedly.
I said
Allegedly.
allegedly. I popped it off
Allegedly.
with allegedly. You feel me? It's
Hmm.
alleged. He has to come now and show proof. Don't know. I don't want to hear. Oh, wait till the. You said it got thrown out. So how would you? Why would you have to wait until the court case is done for you to come and say something that was thrown out? That part of the case isn't in the case from what he said. So
Hmm.
if it's not a part of the case, how can your audience fix their mouth and say Nerd Talk is a groomer? No, Nerd Talk is a PDF file, but you have this whole allegation and crickets. No one's going to say anything. Oh, wait till the case come out. Oh, we're not going to speak on that. That's what you're talking about, the hypocritical behavior that's going on.
Yes.
That's
And they
literally inside of the
and
definition of
and
a
they're
cult.
gonna try to wave the black flag at the roach, Nerd Talk, when he got the same thing bugging him. The same thing bugging you. So who are you to call the kettle black and drag anyone?
Because I'm
Okay?
like, that's what made me like distance myself. Like the first time, okay, that's cool. You feel me? We have a difference of opinion. But then once I start talking about nerd talk case, because they're in their Discord talking like, oh, he's a PDF file, like making memes of you and all that. And I baited the Shay girl, and I was like, oh, who is this guy? What did he do? And she was like, oh, you never watched, and sends me, and I was like, well, what are your opinions on it? She sends me Henry's video. Hold up. I asked you your thoughts on it. Don't send me his video so I can hear his thoughts.
Right.
What are your thoughts about it?
Mm-hmm.
And she was like, oh, it's protect children and all that. I'm like, no, love. We have to. I use when I'm objectively viewing the world, I use something called applied ethics, right? I also use something called meta ethics, which is my dogma and my Bible, and this is how I govern myself.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever my God say is right or wrong or good or evil, that's what
Mm-hmm.
my worldview becomes.
Mm-hmm.
But when I'm governing myself within the world, right, I use applied ethics. This is how I understand and know when I need to take accountability for something. This is how I know and understand if I do something wrong and I use my objective mind and I'm like, hey, you need to clean that up. You did something wrong. You're using applied ethics. My applied ethics, you have to take the wholeness of the law. You have to take culture, all these different things to govern yourselves, right? So if we have this thing over here where it's like your case, right? And we're applying a word to that case, and I disagree with the word they're using, right? I become now wrong, and I become the thing that they're trying to label you, which is totally wrong. This
Mm-hmm.
is wrong, objectively wrong. You cannot say a person is a thing, but the definition of what they are doing, the actual reality of what they're doing, does not match up with this definition, right? So I can't call you a PDF file for this because this does not match the definition of it. Let's use our objective minds. There's nuances, there's gray areas to certain things, but this is pretty cut and dry.
Mhm.
Now, someone came out and said, hey, I'm from California and 17 and a half is 17 and a half, 18 and a half is 18 and a half. No, that doesn't apply to this situation. What you're going through in California does not matter. It's the law in this state. It's the ethics of this state. Is this ethical or is this not? Is this right or is this wrong? You can't take your subjective worldview and apply it broadly, right? Because and then it was like, oh, well, laws and ethics are two different things. No, they're not. Like, we have ethical boundaries in our laws. Like, there's an ethical basis for the law.
And here's another thing. They were trying to condemn me for knowing the law, like, oh, you knew that way too quick. Yeah, I went through this case 6 years ago. I've already been through this. Of course I would know it. I get questioned about this all the time. I don't want to keep going over that. That's how I know. Because, people question me on it. It's off the top of my head because I have to have an answer, because if I don't have an answer, they're automatically going to make me guilty of anything.
100%. And then it's like, understanding the law is not a crime. Understanding, because I understand the wholeness of the law, not just this aspect. So boom, case in point, right? Someone brought up, and I'm gonna say his name, Drew. Drew brought up Marion Barron when it led to you, and I was like, ooh, Marion Barron, that hits his whole situation on the head. This is how you can't take your subjective view and apply it to the world, right? Let's look at Marion Barron's case, right? Or let's look objectively and go into a hypothetical. In California, this is why in California, the age of consent is 18. Right next door in Nevada, it's 17, right? And this is what I'm arguing, that there's an ethical basis within the law, right? I can't go over here to California, right? Or I can't be in California and like, hey, I like this 17-year-old girl. I'm going to take her to Nevada where it's legal, right? So I can do things with her. No, that's illegal because we have something called federal law. This is the same thing that got Marion Barron. Like, if you understand Marion Barron's case, he got prosecuted under something called the Mann Act. The Mann Act is a federal law. The Mann Act was created to get one man, like, and this hits your entire scenario in your case on the head, right? Because it was created to get a man named Jack Johnson, who's the first black heavyweight champion of the world. Jack Johnson in the 20s used to, like, when white dudes used to be fighting like this, Jack Johnson was like a modern man, you feel me? Beating the hell out of all the heavyweight champions. And he became the heavyweight champion of the world, the first black heavyweight champion. He used to beat up white dudes, and then he would take white women across state lines, you feel me, after the fights. He then goes and gets prosecuted under something called the Mann Act. They create this whole law for him that states that it is illegal to travel across state lines with a woman for the purposes of debauchery. This is what Marion Barron, the one of the greatest black mayors of Chocolate City, my nigga. It's called Chocolate City because of Marion Barron in DC. Let's not escape that. Let's not escape what he did for black people in DC. But see, if you don't have nuance, if you don't understand history and the law, they can let shit like that pass you up. It's like people like Henry, he'll have people saying, and then he mentioned something within the court, like, oh yeah, just to be fair, there's something called the Romeo and Juliet law, and that has nothing to do with this. That has nothing to do. In your case, Nerd Talk, there is a grown man and a grown woman coming together. Right. And because of racism, you got demonized. And then they were able to spin a narrative on you.
And I was so shocked that so many black men in the community were coming after me, especially after shit like Emmett Till and shit. You know? They should understand a little bit, especially Drew, who dates white women, should understand a bit that, it's dangerous, you know? Yep. There's a lot of racism stuff that goes into that.
Yeah, it's so much nuance to your situation. Like you can't have a like cast a broad net over these types of things. You have to look at these things case by case. You feel me? And
Right.
apply the right ethics and morals and principles to these things.
Mhm.
You can't say, "Oh, I'm just going to blanket all of this and I'm correct." You can do that, but guess what? You're not correct, especially when it comes to certain situations. If you're cat, and then these guys are like, it's certain guys talking about they're in law enforcement and all this type of stuff. That shows me the thinking of law enforcement in this country.
Mhm.
You're not
But,
looking at nuance. You're
but
not looking at any
don't
of
you
this.
think somebody in law enforcement should know what non-guilty means? I mean,
Come on,
if I was not charged with anything, I, there's nothing there.
there's
You
nothing.
know.
You feel me? And then when you look at the whole case itself, you're not. And that's basically my point. Okay, y'all are saying all this, y'all putting y'all feelings into it. Then it was like, oh, so you wouldn't care if you're a 13-year-old daughter? No, because why? That's against the law, man.
Right.
You can't apply something like this and say this is the same thing. That's called a false equivalence. That's apples and oranges.
Right.
Mhm.
They're not the same thing. But when you have people in a cultish like mentality, they're going to whatever we say goes. Oh, you don't think like us?
Oh
Oh, well,
yeah.
you should be
They
cast
make the
away.
rules. They
Why
make
are
the
you even
rules,
here
bro.
if you don't? That's what gave me, you feel, clutches pearls, my nigga. Because it's
Hmm.
like, oh, you don't think like us? Why are you here?
Right.
Whoa. I thought, and it was like, oh, it sounds like you just want discourse. Is it Discord for discourse? I'm
Mhm.
what? Oh, not this server. Like you sound nonsensical right now. It's scary that so many people are thinking with no nuance, no objectivity.
And he's getting people on his side for doing this.
Hmm.
It's
They're not
very
even on
scary.
this side. It's pitiful, like just validation from a man that is no better than anyone else following him.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Why are y'all seeking this man's validation when clearly this Discord and this channel is just an ego trip for him? He ain't doing nothing other than tearing people down.
Nothing more than an
Rican,
echo chamber. Echo
yeah,
chamber.
Rican is at least trying to build something. Whether it's delusional, whether you agree, disagree, you think I'm a piece of shit, it does not matter. Go look at my suits and tell it. If you're a Power Ranger fan, go look at my suits and tell me what it makes you feel when you
And
see it.
talk about how what was the legacy of the nerd had talked about similar stuff right after you had released your stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. And honestly, I've talked to Legacy numerous times. He used to be friends with Henry. They used to rock. What happened? Then you letting
Right.
Dust drag Legacy of the Nerd too, like he's about that life at all with any of y'all. He wants nothing to do with that. Clearly, you don't get along with Henry no more. So
Right.
it's like this whole anyone can get it attitude y'all got. What happens when y'all find a group of people who's with it?
All
Right.
the way with it. Because I
All the
want
way
the
with
smoke.
it.
I want the smoke.
Everywhere. I'm gonna make this
I
public and
want it.
known. I am the anti. I am the anti Henry. I don't need to threaten you.
Hmm.
Real recognize real. They coming to Rican.
So
Rican's
Rican,
revenge. They want to form. I am the leader of the resistance now. Power Rangers don't like bullies, and my delusional ass thinks I'm a Power Ranger. Hold on, let me hit my Zeo crystal. All my Power Ranger fans. This dude doesn't give a damn about the fan base. Doesn't give a damn about anybody in that Discord if you not agreeing or stroking his ego. Period. Period. The mental health rant, all this stuff about weak and soft, whatever. You can aim it at me. You can say it. We know no one's gonna say none of this in my face. No one's gonna say none of this at cons. And if
right.
y'all want to get down, tournament of power, let's do it. Sign up, throw some money up, and I'll participate too. Everybody train for 6 months. Get your bread up and let's do it best of the best style. Since all y'all want to do is sit on the internet and talk shit and think there's not real consequences, let's do it healthy. Let's
Right.
do it. Let's do it in a way that it can actually bring the fandom and bring Power Rangers a positive light. Hey, you know what? This tournament or this, let's put it together to show everyone what we could do as a community. How about that? instead of tearing down people and doing all this nonsense and bullying in the schoolyard. You see what I'm saying? Oh, we can't use the word bully. It's such a trigger word. Get off the internet. You're a pussy, Henry. You're a pussy. People who stay behind a keyboard and say things they would not say to someone's face in real life, that's what that makes you. And it's never going to be cool to be that way. And
Now,
it's never going to be okay
they
to
got to
do
make
what you
sure.
do.
They got to
So if
make
I
sure
got to
for
be
a
the
fact.
face, if I got to be the
Mhm.
face and deal with the whole world coming at me, so be it. Because
But they
I
got to make
know, I
sure.
feel in my heart, if JDF was here, regardless if you feel like I know him or my cosigns are real or whatever, whatever,
Because that's
go in
neither
there
here
for
nor there.
yourself.
Yeah, that's
Why
neither
is there
here
so
nor there.
many? Why is
They're
there
going to
so
run
many?
away.
Is it happening to? Why?
They're going to run away from that label of being labeled bullies, or because it's illegal. It's literally legit illegal, and they know they're performing these crimes on
Right.
a broad. Like, that's my thing. Like, you cannot say that someone is a horrible person, a piece of shit person, when you are in turn committing crimes against these people.
Doing the
You,
same thing.
y'all are literally committing crimes. Renee is recording shit, and she's admitting to recording things when she's in a two-party state. You cannot do that, boo boo. And if you actually had a fucking entertainment lawyer, they would have told you, do not do that. Do not release any calls. Do you have their consent to record them before the conversation even starts? Oh, you don't? You don't need to put any information like this out because you can be liable. These people are trying to skip over legalities and then state that you're committing crimes. Like,
Mhm.
no, you can't move forward from that. You can't say, hey, police, this person is committing a crime right now. Oh, how did you obtain this evidence? You committed a crime to obtain this evidence? It's inadmissible.
Yeah,
This is
but
completely inadmissible.
because she's a female and they have that power, they ask questions later and they go with it. And that's what girls do. They
100%,
use
because
that power.
anybody can create a lawsuit. I can say, hey, I didn't have that many chicken nuggets in my, and I can file a fucking lawsuit against somebody.
Hmm.
Anybody can do it. You feel me? It doesn't mean it's going to stand up,
Or it's right.
or it's
Or it's right.
real. It's
If
fabricated.
hmm
Let me tell you, if this was a real thing, you would have got served with some sort of papers. You would have got
Bro,
served with
I've
some
been
sort of.
I've been blackmailed with this fake lawsuit for months. I have so many screenshots. I'm ready to go.
Mm.
I'm ready to go. Okay? Bring it.
So
Whatever
is
you trash tubers want to do, I'm ready to go. I don't give a damn about YouTube. I'm sorry, I don't. Am I
They're
on YouTube
going
for
to
marketing
produce
and
anything.
promotion and exposure? Of course.
There's
Of course.
going to
But
come
that is not my
legitimate from
main
this,
priority. It never was. I never came in the game that way. I came in the game as a musician.
because
A
this is how the law
musician, a
works, right?
writer, an artist. Now I'm expanding my horizons. I'm learning in real time. I'm
Mhm.
becoming something else. I'm growing.
But
And
this
this
is the thing, right,
community,
Rican?
go
This is
ahead.
how the law works, right? You can have an allegation about something. If what occurred in real time does not line up with the definition of this allegation you put forth, it becomes a moot point. It's a fucking cow's opinion. It's moo. You understand what I'm saying?
Bunch of yappers. Yap,
You
yap, yap,
feel me?
yap, yap.
Like, it's a moot point. Like, you can't say that someone did something and it doesn't align and you don't have evidence. It's not about what's real or fake. It's about what the fuck you can prove happened.
Hmm.
If I can prove that you did a crime to me to obtain evidence that you're trying to like convict me with, it's a moot point at that point. Like,
Hmm.
you can't just say shit. But that's what I'm saying. It's all fucking fabricated. It's not real thing. None of this is going to bear fruit. You're trying to use this as a narrative, and you're trying to use it as, oh, I got a lawsuit against Rican. Yeah, it's coming. It's coming. Yeah, I can't speak on it. It's coming. It's happening right now in real time. No, the fuck it's not.
Yeah.
Like that you feel me? Like, y'all are using these videos to paint a narrative. So now 5 years later, somebody gonna be like, "Oh, well, Renee served Rican with papers and all
Excuse
this."
me.
You feel me? When nothing transpired, nobody cares about the retraction after the salacious news article. When someone retracts that and puts out an apology, no one looks at the apology. They just look at the salacious shit.
Right.
If you
So
don't
that's
think these people are baiting other people with false information and saying things, doing another, and come on. If I showed you the week I had talking back and forth with Renee about what's really going on, oh, it's TV, Rican. Remember, it's entertainment, this and this and that. I've been in a holding pattern since I heard the word lawsuit because
mm,
that's not something you play with. So this is because I refuse to go on that platform anymore without getting paid. Obviously, y'all know my situation. And the only reason I'm in a spot without a lease is because I wasn't definitely staying in PA. I'm here visiting my kids and dealing with a custody case.
mm.
That's the only reason that I've been where I'm at for what, 3 months? Y'all just see me on tour. You see me in New Hampshire. Y'all see me in Mass. I don't like I could be anywhere. That's the point. We the type to pull up. You saw us pull up on Jenna. You see what I'm saying? You saw me pull up on Johnny, Amy. I'm in this game for real. This movie gonna happen. These books are gonna happen. Ain't nobody messing with my suits. Respectfully.
Absolutely. I think you have
Respectfully.
a great project here, and that's part of the reason why I want to work with you is because I want to see this project get done. You have a
Hmm.
lot of good ideas that are just sitting on the table, and I know once you have something to show, there's not going to be any points to be made about you.
Yeah. And the
There's not
collection
going to nothing.
plate's going out. Nerd. It's going out. That's it. Everything's done. The frame of the house, everything, the script, like what do y'all want?
And that's my thing. You feel me? It's
Where the
like
money
talk
at?
about when they talk about the JDF project, The Legend of the White Dragon. Like, I don't think these people truly understand how a production works, how much it takes to, how much blood, sweat, and tears takes to going into movie producing,
Right.
movie development. Like, these things take time. It take over. It take, especially if you're doing an indie project, it can take up to 10 years, my nigga.
Bro, Aaron already said that he bit off more than he could chew. With over 1,000 special effects shots and whatever his excuses, if you deem it so, that's what they were. He's already explained himself. And honestly, this is his last movie. Who cares how long it takes? Because once it comes out, that's all we got left for Jason.
And
And
that's
then
why
y'all want to
real
tear
fans
down his
are going
two
to be there.
kids too. So it's
Real
like
fans real fans are going to be there. Real fans are going to wait however long it takes. It does not matter. It does not
no.
matter. You saying, oh, the momentum, the steam is going down. No, bro. This is not the same as a YouTube video. This is not the same thing. Like, this is Jason David Frank's last hurrah as an actor that we will ever get in our lifetime.
Mhm.
People will wait 20 years for this if it takes that long. It does not, just because you deem it so. That's your opinion.
And also, I just want to say the longer you do take, it better be just as good. The longer it takes, the better it needs to be. That's
Come on,
my
bro.
opinion.
Niggas are still waiting on the Chronic right now. No, not the Chronic.
Or
Detox.
Detox, the
Niggas are
Dre
still waiting
album.
on Detox, which the
What a
Chronic
great
was an
marketing
amazing album.
plan. What a great marketing plan because it keeps Dr. Dre relevant for how many years? 10, 20 years they've been talking about that album.
Forever.
Which
It's
which he
forever because
makes and
everybody
scraps
wrote
how
on it.
many times? You know what I'm
Allegedly,
saying?
Prince wrote on it. Soldier Boy
Yeah.
was the first person that ever wrote a line for Detox, from what I hear. That was a
Hmm.
joke. But at the end of the day, you feel me? It's like these things, like people who aren't creatives don't understand how much time it takes to go into a creative thing. Especially if you don't have the proper backing, especially if you don't have the billionaire dollars.
And
Like, I think,
none of that matters because where the suits at, what do the suits look like, right? That we could stop right there. Where's the themes at?
mm,
And obviously money is the tool for execution. That's all we needed. That's all we need. That's all we ever needed. So now getting people to, get their money back from the spot fund. First of all, the spot fund is there. That's the collection plate. That money's not getting touched so it either reaches its goal or the book comes out and everybody gets their pre-ordered benefits. which I already stated. As soon as book one drops, everyone who donated gets the benefit tiers that come with that. And I've talked to every single person that donated directly, and it's not that much. So all of this has been a collective. Let's gather as many people as we can against Rican, so that way, if he does get to where he needs to be, the Power Ranger people can just go look at these videos and they can decide what it is when all of it is bullshit.
All right, Rican,
And
I want to do two final questions,
sure,
and they kind of go into each other. The
Mhm.
first one, do you see any way this beef could be squashed with you and Henry?
it's not necessary to squash it at this point. He's
Because it's going to
unnecessary.
be bring the momentum to your
Yeah,
project,
he's
right?
unnecessary. Make your money. Go cover your garbage Twitch streamers and all your good, like, stay in the streaming world. Why do you gotta tear down Power Rangers? Like, honestly, like, Drew wants to talk about Batman and Robin and all. No, I'm Red Hood. I'm Red Hood, Drew. They left me for dead. You see what I'm saying? Henry's the clown laughing at people, making fun of people. We supposed to be Christian, honorable men. Are we perfect? Are we saints? No. But where's the grace? That's the only reason why Nerd came to me. I showed him grace, and he saw what y'all just did to me, and me take my licks. You heard Renee? Oh, you
Right, you
took
were the
your
only
licks,
one to
Regan.
go through something very similar to the situation I was going through.
Right. And did I turn you away? Did I judge
No,
you? Did I? No.
And at
No.
the end of the day, boom, let me answer that same question, right? Don't stop, Henry. Don't stop.
Mm.
Because I'm gonna keep punching you. I'm gonna keep punching you until you fight back, nigga.
The
Like,
Jetty
no, it's
formation.
over with. It's over with for the whole oh, I'm not gonna let's ignore him, guys. He's
Mm.
trolling. Oh, we're not. No, you gonna stay in this fight or you gonna get knocked out figuratively.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like
And
you
none of
don't get
y'all.
the back out now. You, Dust, Shay,
Yeah,
your
there's no
entire army.
squashing.
I want
There's
the
no
whole army.
squashing.
I want the smoke.
Mhm.
I want the smoke. Let's see if y'all can actually stand toe to toe with logic and fortitude. Let's see how much your resilience holds up with fortitude.
Versus persistence.
You feel me? Because I'm gonna go at you and I'm gonna keep punching you in your chest. I'm gonna take a year out of my life. See, I got money, right? I'm in my office right now. I got time to just sit here and go at you all day. Don't stop making videos because I'm going to clip up everything and I'm going to dispute all your points. It's all subjective nonsense. Now you're in a war. You have to engage, or you can disengage, and that just proves that we won. See,
Mm-hmm.
once we see that you don't really want war, y'all wanna act like you want to punch somebody who you feel like can't fight back.
Mm-hmm.
But then
right.
once we start punching on you figuratively, now you don't want to fight back. No, you're gonna have to fight. You're gonna have to stand on what's the term that these kids are using on this channel? We're gonna stand on business.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to prove that something's salacious. You're gonna have to prove your allegations are false. Cause I got all three of my kids. My kid's mom hates my guts. At the end of the day, she never once said I touched my daughters. If that's
Yeah.
the case or not,
Hey, y'all
allegedly.
could y'all could y'all could interview my kids and ask them what type of daddy I am. We could go right to the dragon's mouth.
So
I've
we're not
met
gonna
your
Go
do
right.
the
kid. I've met
hypocritical
your
shit.
kids. They got nothing but positive things to say about you,
Yeah,
Rican.
exactly. I don't hide that. You know, I
Yeah,
just don't
we're
publicly
not gonna
put
do
my
the
kids out
hypocritical
there.
shit. If Rican's a bad father, you're a piece of shit. At the end of the day, if he's a bad
Hmm.
father, you're disgusting.
And check this
Nobody
out,
has
right?
ever accused me of
Check
something
this
like
out.
that.
See, my son is gonna go and see all these videos and it's gonna affect him, right? Whether
Mm.
it's negatively, whatever it is. Your daughter's gonna go back and see all the shit that you've done to people and think what? And think what? And then how far does this have to go? Does my kid have to fight your kid? Like, when is this gonna stop? I'm never gonna stop, Rican. Is that what it's gonna take?
He literally
Your
said that. He
your
literally
your
said
your,
that.
your daughter in Taekwondo versus my daughter? Is that what you want to do? You want to have the kids hash it out? Right? Because everything else that comes out of my mouth is a threat. You want to go kid for kid, you fucking dumbass, and all your
See,
stupid
yeah,
ass Kool Aid
Rican, we ain't gonna
drinking
do that.
followers.
We ain't gonna do that to him, Rican. We not gonna do that. We're gonna play the game that he wants to play. Let's stay in that realm. Let's stay in that
Please.
realm. You feel me? Allegate. You gotta prove yourself. You have to prove that it is nonsensical. You have to prove that it's BS. Or I'm gonna keep coming at you, and I'm gonna call you a essayer. You essayed your daughter. I'm gonna keep saying. I'm gonna keep smacking you with it until you provide proof. I don't want to hear your words. That's word
Mm-hmm.
salad. You're the king of receipts, aren't you? Show us the receipts.
Mm-hmm.
Don't wait, because if you're stating that it got thrown out, that means you can provide us with something that shows that this never happened. Proof.
Oh,
My kid's daughter, I mean my kid's mom never ever accused. She hates me. I have more money than her. I took all
mm-hmm.
three of our kids. She never once stated for money, for anything, that I SA'd our child. So your people are in your Discord calling Nerd Talk a PDF file when you have a legit child and a legit allegation towards you that you try to breeze over. No, I'm not about to let you breeze over that, buddy.
Nope.
Renee, you're going to have to show us the proof to your allegations. You are stating that Rican did crimes when we can actually prove you did a crime, and you've done this crime multiple times, love. You cannot say I record every conversation and you live in a two-party state and you don't get consent from everybody involved. You just did a crime. You cannot do a crime to get evidence of a crime. That's not
Nah,
how this works, love.
and she want to go liar, 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 pants on fire. Meanwhile, all week it was always TV Rican. Get me his receipts. Do this, do that. And I was
But then
down
she got to
all. I
prove
was
it.
down for all of it. I was down for all of it until you tried to hit me with a contract and play both sides like you have been doing the whole time, which is why I kept receipts on everyone, including you.
Come
I
on,
did
love. No,
nothing
no
wrong.
time out. Tell them I hacked your computer and I got it. So when
I
I
did
drop it,
nothing wrong.
there's nothing you can do about it. My
There's
state don't care
nothing
about none of
wrong.
that. And I'm a taxpayer, love. I have a great relationship with my sheriff's department. Have a great department with great relationship with the PD down here.
Hey, don't tell him we got the streets though. Rican not from the streets. We ain't got no goons. Don't tell him that. Don't tell him that. I talk too much.
Oh, you
You
feel?
know what I'm
I'll be
saying?
that. You feel me?
Don't
I'ma
tell him that.
stand on all that. Let's see if y'all gonna clip this. Let's see if you're gonna react to this, and let's
Guess
see if you
what?
can dispute any
Ninjetti's
of
for
this.
the streets.
And please
Ninjetti's for the
don't just say
streets.
that he's trolling. He's a troll. We're not gonna react to him. No, no. Dust threw a shot at me, and I went directly to him, and he ran. Tell Dust, no, don't run now. Don't run. Stay right here and stand on your square, mister. I don't have
Mm-hmm.
no skeletons in my closet. Anything
Well,
I've ever done in life, you feel me? I took accountability on that when I was young. So let's see what you can do. Let's see your private investigative skills go to work
well,
and put out all the
let's put the
salacious shit
gloves
about me.
back on because the gloves is off now. But I'm gonna throw them back on and relax, okay, Dust?
Oh no, it's on. Y'all are gonna have to stand on all that shit y'all
Mm-hmm.
talking. That subjective bias. Y'all are gonna have to, and you're going to have to prove the shit that you're saying because I want proof.
I want
I've dealt with
smoke.
things in my life. I've seen these things. I've seen what allegations like this could do. When I was here's something that and they wanted me to put myself in other people's shoes. Let's put it in perspective, right? Certain like boom, I'm gonna give y'all a scenario and a story time. This is story time real fast. When I was in junior high school, I had to been nothing more than 13, 14, right? Our police chief's daughter, right? She went to another school, right? An all-girls school, but their school used our school for our gym. She comes and boom, we having an interaction. I have an interaction with this young lady that I had a crush on, right? I go back to class. I get pulled out of class, right? For this young lady saying that I touched her butt, right? I'm 13, 14. We're kids, right?
Mm-hmm.
The teachers, the principal, the assistant principal are now threatening me, right? Telling me this is gonna happen, this is gonna happen, and I'm sitting there in tears, a young man that they're looking at with this perception, and I'm crying like I never did anything,
Mm-hmm.
right? The young lady sees me crying, sees me bawling, and finally, oh, he didn't do that. When the principal, the assistant principal, and the faculty looked at me and was like, "Oh, we'll go back to class."
I bet they
Yeah.
look stupid.
No,
Same
they didn't.
schoolyard
They
bullshit.
didn't take any accountability.
Right,
They was like, "Oh, it's over with," and I was like, "That could have destroyed my life."
right.
You
You could
feel
have
me?
went to juvie.
Mm-hmm.
For
Mm-hmm.
nothing, for
Nothing.
a allegation that was baseless, no proof to it. And I'm like, we have cameras in this school. Go review the cameras. They did not want to review the cameras until she states he didn't do it because she saw me crying.
Right,
And you're like, oh, he did nothing.
That's
Like,
why I
bro.
want. Let me touch on that a little bit because it's not that Rican has a problem. With great power is great responsibility, right? And I respect a woman who uses her power how it should be, not using it to get your way or manipulate or maneuver a situation so it could be what you need it to be. And that could be the power of a female, that could be the power of influence, that could be the power of anything. The moment you have any type of power to sway people, how you use that is your responsibility.
Mm-hmm.
Your responsibility. And you people are making hit pieces, doing videos on people who are not in your realm, who can't defend themselves that way.
Like,
So now you people are not allowed at cons. You are not allowed out of your house anywhere near there's Power Ranger fans or Rican. I challenge y'all to bring any of this to me in real life. And everyone else who wants to fight and all that other nonsense, mind your business, has nothing to do with you. This is
right,
the principle of wrong and right. We'll save your asses for the tournament. Get
right,
in line. Get in line. This is about the principle and what's happening and pushing people to self deletion and taking accountability for your actions. Because
exactly.
this generation is weak. This generation can be weak. It's going through we're in a time where all that stuff is in an all time high. Money, stress, depression, anxiety, it's not the same. So to use the internet as your excuse, your
Mm-hmm.
little pocket, little corner of the internet, as an excuse, that's the only place I was having problems. Is your little piece of your little trash bag corner of the universe. That's
And now
not
y'all
going
gotta
on.
prove, like, cause me, I'm from the street, so I want to know who raised you niggas. Like, really, who raised y'all? At the end of the day, I'm sorry, ninja. Who raised you ninjas? At the end of the
right,
day, where are y'all ethics? How, okay, when you are judging a situation, what metrics are you using in order to judge these situations? Are you using ethics? Are you using your meta ethics? Are you what bioethics, my nigga? Like, what are you using?
Opinions, opinions,
That
ego,
feelings. It's all just
feelings,
feelings. And Brent said it was like
emotions.
it's fact over feelings. I don't just take out feelings completely, but I'm like, nope, I just go off of straight facts. If
right,
you are not providing proof, if you're not providing any substance for what you're saying, I don't want to hear that. Like, I can't speak on how you feel.
right,
Everybody has opinions. They're assholes. When you go to stating allegations, though, you need facts to support this.
right,
You need more than just a wife corroborating a story. You need
right,
more than just these metrics you're using. You need actual proof. When Nerd Talk speaks on his case, it's coming from him.
right,
You can have an opinion on it, but then you cannot just label me a thing when the definition doesn't match what you're labeling me.
right,
I gave you a specific scenario. You're going to take your feelings and apply it to my specific scenario. You now, in turn, become wrong. You're wrong.
right,
That's just what
right,
it is. That's the
Well,
facts of the matter.
they're telling me that I'm the trash, right? They're taking out the trash, but who's putting out the garbage?
Hmm.
Who's putting out the garbage? Rican or y'all? But I'm the trash. I'm the thief who I steal from. That spot fund never got launched with that man's animation. It wasn't even art.
Come on, talk your shit, man.
Come on, man. Nobody stole nothing from no. Y'all just mad nobody can make a better suit than me. Where they at? Show me. Show me. My suits are the hottest shit out. And the moment there's people on camera wearing them, kicking ass, y'all gonna watch. So keep hating. Keep making shit up. Hey, Drew, I'm your Huckleberry, right? Where's OG? And don't lie on me and tell him all this nonsense. Let him make his own thoughts. You see what I'm saying? Renee, stop playing.
My baby.
Maybe my phone is always recording. Now, you know what I'm saying? You know what you said to me this week? You know, like, get out of here, bro. I've done nothing but have your back. What are you talking about, bro?
Mm.
Why would I run to you and give you enough to crucify me the moment it happened? Fuck out of here. Rican's done with this. Y'all can't do nothing with me. Keep talking, and we moving on. It's on to the book, on to everything we need to do, and it's a wrap for the drama. There is no drama. Come see us. Come talk to us. Y'all just gonna keep typing, keep making your videos.
And guess what, Rican? Rican, you ain't even got to worry about it. I got your slack when it comes to this. Go work on your book. Go work on the live action. Go
What's a
work on
goon
it.
to a goblin, Dust?
Come on,
Goblin looking
I got
ass.
it.
Show your
I like
gloves. Show your gloves.
You know, Quasi.
you feel
You know,
me?
I'm still
I like this
waiting.
type of shit. See, I come from a realm where we argue just straight meta ethics. You feel me? I've argued with Muslims. I've argued with Orthodoxy. I've argued with Catholics. I've argued anybody, and then we are to the point where it's like I've said salacious stuff, but we were always able to come back to the table or back behind the scenes and talk about real life outside of our meta ethics. And these are people who are religious. These are people in the Middle East who take their religion very seriously. And I see we can go and jab at each other, you feel me? Not with ad hominems, but just on a intellectual basis. And this is the
Mhm.
realm I come from, right? So I argue these things constantly. So when we come into the realm of societal things, this is easy for me. If you're not using ethics to judge somebody, how do you know when you're doing something wrong?
Right.
No accountability.
You
They
feel
do
me?
what
How do
they
you know
want.
when you're, if you can't objectively, because I was accused of that. It's like, oh, well, he doesn't really believe he'll do something. Just because I'll do something feelings wise doesn't mean I can say that thing is wrong, right? For wrong or right, it has to be some sort of ethical basis to it.
Mhm.
Just because I won't allow something in my own household doesn't make it wrong or right. This is just how I feel about it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, it being wrong, that's a separate situation. Like two things can be true at the same time. It can be wrong and or it can be right or wrong. And I still don't allow it in my house.
Mhm.
You feel what I'm saying? Like
Mm-hmm.
it's like, okay, for instance, Islam. I don't have that in my home, but that's not because it's wrong.
Right.
Mhm.
You feel me? I have my own belief systems. I have my own practices.
And
It's not
Right.
perspective.
wrong,
Yep.
but I don't have
Mhm.
it in my house.
That's it.
I've read the Quran, but still, I don't have my children practicing the Quran. Doesn't
Right.
make it wrong, doesn't make it right. I just don't do it. That's how I'm saying you can see the world objectively and still not apply it to your own world. But I still
Mhm.
know if I'm doing something wrong, if I go into a store and take a candy bar, I know I'm wrong at the end of the day. That's wrong
Right.
behavior.
Mhm. Even if you did get away with it.
Even if I do, it doesn't matter. It's
Mhm.
wrong. If I'm a police officer and I'm judging somebody and I'm saying this person is agreed and I'm calling this person a label for a crime and he didn't commit that crime, you are wrong, sir. Why are
Mm-hmm.
you even on the phone? Why are you governing my community?
Right.
Why are you
Mhm.
enforcing laws if you can't see it from an objective worldview? Now I'm terrified because now from some of these people who are claiming these things, I'm scared to even come to your city, my nigga. Because I see how your police force is going to view things. Y'all not going to view things objectively. Y'all going to have a subjective mindset. I'm going to walk into a building and you're going to look at me just like I'm another ninja. Oh, he's
Right.
just a ninja. He's scum. He shouldn't be here. How would you not? Look at how I dress. I like hip hop culture. I love punk culture. At the end of the day, if I show up to a, let's say, a affluent restaurant, I'm going to be getting judged because of other people's subjective behaviors. And if I do get judged, Are these people wrong or are they right? No, they're wrong.
Hmm. No,
You
Henry,
feel
he's
me?
gonna cross the street when he see dudes like us, right?
Right.
He
Because the
should.
only place you safe now is behind the keyboard.
Right.
That's it. It's done. That's the only place you safe.
All right,
Really.
Rican. Final words. Last
Final
thoughts.
words. There's nothing really more to say. Ninjetti Rising. The book is coming. A trailer's coming. Suits are getting made, and it's gonna take as long as it needs to. Who are y'all to put a shot clock on me? Who are y'all to move videos on me? Y'all don't want to stop? That's fine. Keep it coming. I don't give a damn about nobody working with me. I'm a straight principle. That's why I said I'd ride and die for mine. Right? See death before the sauna.
Mm,
Death before the sauna. You wouldn't understand that, Henry. Nothing honorable about you. That's why you out here and all your flunkies like a bunch of fats. Sorry, Renee, you had a little too much Kool-Aid, boo. Sorry, Drew. The Kool-Aid was spiked.
mm,
You know what I'm saying? Like at the end of the day, everybody go watch. Go watch everything. Come to me. Come to me. That's
And
all
where
I
can
can say. If you're gonna judge me based on what they say and not give a damn, that's your prerogative. That's your opinion. That's your perspective. I don't need no one. I don't need no one. This is personal. This is for me, my love for JDF, for Power Rangers, and for my bloodline to leave my kids something creative to have a dream and to strive for and to push for. Cause you know what? Maybe I can change the world. Maybe I can't. That's it. Power Rangers is my chance to do so because I choose to be focused on that. That's my weapon now. That's it.
and where
That's
can
it.
people find you? You got Instagram, Facebook like page. Tell fans
Oh
where they
yeah, yeah. Rican Ranger
where you.
everywhere. I'm the infamous Rican Ranger, Ninjetti formation. You already know. If you don't know, now you do. This is already a movement. This is already a cult following. Y'all already making me stronger. Rican's for the streets. I'm bringing it back home for the streets, man. I have to. It's in the blood. I can't rock with this corporate nonsense. I can't rock with this cult mindset following. I can't do that. Was never the intention. I came in here to change Power Rangers, and that's what I'm gonna do. That's it. Or make my own IP as a homage to it and honor it regardless.
mm,
So hate it or love it, I'm not going nowhere. So anybody that wants to reach out, Rican anywhere, Double Dragon Comics, just stay tuned, man. Spring and summer's gonna be fun. That's it. We shall rise. That's all I got to say. Ain't nothing changed. Weekend story never changed. Never changed. Y'all just throw rocks, hide your hands. Ain't nobody running from nothing. Nobody scared. Call the popo ho, right?
mm,
You know Tyler Perry, right? Call the popo ho. We'll
mm,
see. Better be ready. Better be ready. Gotta always right. Always stay ready so you don't have to get right. I ain't going nowhere. And if I do, it's only gonna make me stronger. So
mm.
that's it.
All right,
That's all I
Ian.
got for
Tell
y'all.
the people where they can find you.
Boom,
And
you
final
can.
thoughts.
Yeah, okay. My final thoughts is I want to walk. Don't stop just because I didn't enter the battlefield. It's
Hmm.
like you feel me? You feel me? Like I studied the Byzantines. You feel me? Like whenever the Byzantines want to come out, you feel me, and lure a dragon out, you feel me? They put a goat on a stick, and you gotta come out here. If you don't, then that shows you don't want to engage. You lost.
Hmm.
But at the end of the day, I want war. I understand what Nerd Talk is saying. I understand what Rican is saying. I want the smoke. Let's see if your logic can hold up. Let's see if you can actually argue these points that you're making. And if you don't want to, then hey, just bow out respectfully. But at the end of the day, I want the smoke. You can go post uh, messages. You can go post dialogue. You could, I don't care. You can go get somebody to leak the calls, all that. I don't care. I'm engaging. I'm here for the war, not just for a battle, buddy. So y'all gonna have to fight. Y'all gonna have to prove that y'all gonna stand on this business that you talk of. The
Hmm.
business you speak of, you must stand on it now. You feel me? I'll be the bad guy. I don't have no problem being the bad guy. I don't like cults. I don't like groupthink. I don't like it.
Keyboard warriors.
I'm not a fan of labeling people with crime. I come from that world where I'm guilty automatically. I'm guilty before I even get a trial. I'm guilty before proven innocent. So I don't like that world. So I combat that. That's evil, in my opinion. That's evil. And I will stand up and I will fight against evil at all costs. You cannot say a person is wrong for something just because your opinion deems something else. That's your opinion. You can have your opinion. You can't say something is emphatically a fact, though. So that's why I'm at with it. You feel me? If you want to find me on social media, if you want to just Google Ien Conner, you'll find my YouTube, you'll find Facebook, you'll find Instagram, you'll find I'm on all these platforms. You feel me? My music, you feel me, is on wherever you can find music. And
they ain't ready for that.
I'm here for the long haul, baby. Like, we doing this. I love it. And I appreciate you, Nerd Talk, for extending your platform to me. You feel me? It's been an honor.
You already know.
It was nice having these two gentlemen on the show. They were very respectful. Loved having them on, and very good source of information with the drama and what's going on. Maybe this kind of clears some things up, what's been going on in the community and why I have been ghost for a little bit, because, you know, all this shit's been going on and I just been kind of trying to figure this out and get everything in order for when I was going to respond. And this is kind of the response to what's going on. So you guys can find me on Facebook, the Nerd Talk podcast. You guys are probably watching it on Facebook. The YouTube is back up now, so this will be on YouTube and Facebook at the same time. Thank you guys for watching, and until next time, I've been your host, Remington Kai, signing out. We'll see you guys next week.